Inspiring inclusion brings to mind a world where everybody is intentional and deliberate. It's about the willingness to do. It's about understanding that everybody is important, everybody's voice counts, everybody has a value. And it's also understanding that whether you are male or you are female, you're a person first, you're a human being, and that therefore you have a value. It's really about, giving every individual in our society a sense of belonging, a sense of value, that they too are important, that there's something that they can add, something that they can contribute to help to move organizations forward and also the society forward. I have several, but I'm going to share two. One very simple one, which I think everybody can identify with. When I was a corporate executive, we were trying to solve a problem. And we had several executive committee meetings discussing this particular issue and how to solve it, what the solution was. And it occurred to me to simply ask my executive assistants who had not been in EXCO, who had not been privy to the discussions up until that point. And I said, we have this problem, which we're trying to resolve, and it has to do with the customer services area and some of the staff in the call center. What is your view? And this lady gave us her opinion that helped to resolve it. She had always been there, she was present, but she had never been asked. So for me, that epitomizes what inclusion is about. Inclusion is not about having people around the table. That's important, because if you're not even in the room, you don't even have a chance. But when they're around that table, whether it is at a managerial level, at an executive committee level, at a boardroom level, when they're actually there, it's important that whoever is steering those meetings in the units, at the managerial level, at whatever level, to actually be intentional and deliberate about inspiring the different people in the room to make a contribution, to hear their voice, to get their opinion, and to let them know that they are valued and that they are important. That's why they are present. And it's about instilling a sense of affiliation and a sense of belonging in people. That's what inspiring inclusion is to me. One of the activities, of course, were all about leadership and mentorship and capacity building at Whisker. So we focus on building the capacity of women to ensure their readiness for leadership roles. And that's important because through that mechanism, we help to contribute to the pipeline of women who are available when opportunities open up. We also have two strategic initiatives that we're driving. One is trying to get every organization to embrace the women empowerment principles, to get CEOs of companies to sign on to the WEPs. We've so far been able to encourage 190 companies in Nigeria. We're hoping that will have a contagion effect, and we're going to get to the point where if you are not a signatory to the women empowerment principles, essentially you are actually missing a huge opportunity. You're going to lose competitive advantage, and as a matter of fact, members of the public, customers, are going to deselect you, as an organization to associate with. So we're hoping that everybody gets on that train. Well, I think I've already talked about it. It's really about everybody being conscious, everybody being aware that everybody and every human being has a value. And that for that reason, you shouldn't be so arrogant as to think that you are better than the next person. Whether you happen to be older or they happen to be younger than you, everybody has a value. And I'll give you one example. When I was going to do my MBA many, many years ago, my son was in secondary school and I had to do the GMAT exam. My son was a star at maths and I wasn't very good at maths. I called my son. I said, can you come and coach me? And he was the one who coached me in mathematics. I don't think anybody is too young. I don't think anybody is too old. For as long as you're alive and you're a human being and you have a brain, You have a thought, you have an opinion, you have a voice, you count. If we're serious about inspiring inclusion, let us invest in our women and develop a strategy and a plan, a gender agenda to ensure that it actually happens.